Hi, I'm Scott Clark, aka Serena Sabbath. I am 21 years old. I'm a drag performer in Detroit, Michigan. Serena came about probably when I was about 11, because I always had this image of if I was a woman, what I would look like, what kind of style I would have. The name came from Serena Vanderwoodson from Gossip Girl and Black Sabbath, which I kind of just like molded together, and that really creates the character of Serena. She's bitchy, but she's hard rock. She'll probably punch you in the face. My favorite part of getting into drag is the makeup. I started doing my sister and my mom's makeup when I was about 6 years old. As soon as I found the big basket of colorful things in the bathroom, I immediately wanted to splash them all over everything. You know you've done a good job when you can't recognize yourself anymore. My initial coming out experience was probably one of my favorite moments yet. I remember it was my first day at my new high school. I came home, there was this super cute boy that was a senior, and I had such a big crush on him, and I had never made any inclination that I was gay to my parents. I came in and everyone was rushing around to get to a family event, and I stopped my mom from doing something. She was rushing, like I said, and I was like, listen, we need to talk, I have something to tell you. She was like, well, what is it? I don't have time. And I was like, well, there's this guy at school. And she was like, okay, yeah, and I was like, okay, but I like him like that. And she was like, okay, that's great, but where the fuck is my flip-flop? Because she had to go and she couldn't find her flip-flop, and it wasn't intentional. She wasn't intentionally disregarding my feelings. It was just that she had already processed it, accepted it, and moved on. And I hadn't yet, and it really showed me that my parents didn't care because I still was who I was and they loved me for me. It wasn't anything about being gay. Going from thing to thing to thing when I was younger, you know how kids do when they do sports and stuff, I never had that thing that I couldn't live without. And drag is now that thing. It so immediately filled that hole. It filled that hole in my heart. And this is a bra, the thing that every girl knows how to take off and every guy doesn't. My favorite drag queen is Katarina Petrovna Zamochkova. She is just batshit crazy. Batshit crazy. Katya bit this side. That is hers. And then I, during a show, bit on that side. If you imagine one of the worst nightmares that you've ever had in your life in a plaid dress and blonde wig, Katya. It's kind of an even playing field throughout my life. Who inspires me are people who step outside the box of normal and get fucking weird. The process of becoming Serena, or finding the extension of myself that is Serena, was definitely interesting. It's an extension of myself that I don't get to portray every day. In drag, I feel that I could talk to anybody, I could say anything, I could do anything. So it's not necessarily just a gender issue of I get to be a female and I get to do all these female things that I don't get to do when I'm male. I feel 100% comfortable in that state to do a number and a range of things. I am non-binary. I do not go by they, them, their pronouns. I mean, that's fine for me, but I like to, instead of restricting it, I like to open it up. I feel liberated by female pronouns. But also male pronouns feel like home to me, they feel comfortable. So I guess maybe it's a journey, and maybe I will arrive somewhere one day and I will figure out what this big sack of garbage is. But until then, the future of drag is inevitable with me. I'll be doing drag until I can't walk anymore. I've only been doing it for 4 months, but it's such a part of me. I couldn't imagine living without it. tried, Annie.